Hey friends, welcome to an awkward Friday night. I am trying with my camera angles. Um yeah, I need to get one of those tripods that I can connect to my table that looks up and over everything, not like what you guys are doing right now. This view is only going to be temporary for this video just because I want to show you what I'm up to. I'm paper piecing or attempting to. Um, as you can see here, I have if you saw my post on the post tab, I said I was making die cuts on my Vagabond machine. So I'm working on piecing together different stacks of hearts because this is going to be for a Valentine's project. However, I'm not gluing anything together because, and then I have just these little itty bitty squares here. I'm not gluing anything together just yet because the paper that I need to adhere these to is currently in California. And so my husband's going to bring it with him. It's like an antiqued style paper. And I want that for the background of these hearts, I think. So I don't want to glue anything together in case I decide not to go with stacks. But I have just different shapes that I cut out, different colors, little square frames, circle frames, and then there's itty bitty circles. And then in preparation of this project, I've had these for, I don't know, sometime, maybe a year or more. I found these at Goodwill back in California for 99 cents. And then I went in my crafting drawer, and this is just a whole bunch of like brads and embellishments and stuff like that, you can see. And I have had these for, I've had these for some time as well. I've even got some little flowers and stuff in here. Anyways, so most of these little, like, I don't even know what you're supposed to do with these dewdrops. I don't know what you're supposed to do with them. I have no idea. I'll figure it out. I have a couple of them. I have a couple of different, see, these two are different shades. One's silver, one's gold. But most of these I got for free. And I'll explain that in a minute when I change my camera angle. But the other thing I'm working on too, let's turn you here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so here, these are, and that's where these come in, these brads. You're supposed to take the brads and put them through each of the holes here, and then there's holes here. Or you can not do that at all, and you can take these apart like that. I really need to get a different tripod. See, these are Sussex dies. Most of these are. Yeah, let's change the camera angle so we can talk. Hold on one sec. Okay, I did not like that camera angle at all. Nope. Nope. If you didn't like it, I didn't like it either. So I'm going to keep playing around with it. Now, I do have, hold on, let me go under here. I have a tripod here that I have all the pieces over here in a cup. I need to figure out how this one would work, because I think what this one does is it mimics kind of like the ones that connect to your table. And you can set it at any angle, and it also works as a selfie stick. I don't know. This whole filming on my camera thing, I'm getting used to it. I keep going out of camera. I know. I'm sorry. Today's just been a scatter day. So, yeah, you get an idea. This is what I'm working on for my paper piecing project. But like I said, I don't want to put any glue or glue dots or any of that stuff on it right now until I get my other paper from California. And my husband will be here later in the week. So for now, I'm just going to stick all of these. I have a bucket here that was empty. I'm going to just stick all this project idea stuff in this bin. And then revisit it after I have the paper. I'm going to put my tweezers in there too. Oh, the little cap came off of it. There we go. Tweezers are a must with little pieces. I'm just going to put all this in there too, I guess. Okay. Let's just go back down here with that for now. And I will revisit that. Project, but just to give you an idea what I'm working on for a paper piecing project is that. That is what I'm working on. And then today has been a day. And Levi and I had some errands I had to go run. So because Mom slept most of the day, I turned on the security system and I had to go to the post office. I had to return some library materials. I'm so thankful for a drive-through box at the library, even in our small town. And I had both movies and books. And so thankfully they have a media box for both. So we did that. I had to go to the post office, like I said, and mail those hearts to our homeschool teacher back in California. Those are mailed and they're supposed to be there on Monday. So I'm excited about that. That will be there before, I almost said Thanksgiving. That is what kind of day it's been. Cherish the good days and embrace the not so good days. I'm saying it again and again. But anyway, so while she slept, then I wanted to go, because of where our library is to where the Goodwill is. They're essentially behind each other, but you have to go across the walking path. Like you have to drive down the street and down another street just to get to the library and then back that same direction to get to Goodwill. Something told me to go to Goodwill today. I was going back and forth, but something kept telling me, just go, just go. You know you want to go. I'm so glad I went. I am so glad I went. Hold on one second and let me go to the other side of the room and get something that was a fantastic find. Okay. So, as you know, Levi's going into first grade next year. And all of my kids did the Houghton Mifflin reading curriculum. Had wonderful success with it. However, the textbooks are very hard to find. Now, yes, we do have a school budget and such to get them, to get our materials. We actually end up with a pretty extensive amount left at the end of the year that just goes back into the school's pool every year. So anyways, now that he's getting up into the, past kindergarten and whatnot, I'm really trying to find curriculum that I know worked for my other kids. I kid you not, when we went to Goodwill today, I was in the adult, just looking at the general, fiction, nonfiction, craft, whatever books. And then I turned and I looked and there was nobody in the kids' books. So I told Levi, I said, come on, let's go over to the kids' books. And I'm so thankful I did, because there you go. So this one here was $1. What were you? No, it's the top one. The top one was $1.29, and every other one was $3.29. What are these, you wonder? These are all 5 of the Houghton Mifflin reading curriculum books. They're heavy. So you start out, the way this curriculum works, obviously you start out with 1.1, you go to 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5 throughout their entire first grade year. And each one has a different title on the book. Like this one for 1.1 is titled Here We Go. And these are in like brand new condition, and they're just easy reader books like this. Okay, so there's chapters, you know, whatever you read it. There's a lot of sight words beginning, and then as you get past 1.1 and 1.2 and get into 1.3, which is called Surprises, then is it 1.3? Yeah. So it starts giving you activities to do to go with your story. There are workbooks to go with these, and I have already been in contact with my homeschool teacher, and she said we should try and get the workbooks, that we should be able to get them no problem, since I already have the reading books. And even if we don't get the workbooks for them, that will be fine. There's other ways to do, you can just use those for reading, and then there's other supplements you can use with it, if that makes sense. So got those, all 5 of them. I was ecstatic. They went in my cart right away. Like I literally stood there browsing the whole section because I wanted to make sure I got them all if they had them, and they did. And they were not all together on the kids section. They were kind of like scattered out. So I'm thankful for that. And then they had a ton, and I mean a ton, of Legos, including like a brand new unopened Lego Star Wars helmet. That was out of my price range. It was $29.99. In store, it's regular about $50 or $60, maybe $70. It was brand new in the box. But it was out of my price range. I didn't want to spend $30 on a Lego set today. That would have really took me under where I needed to be. And they had a bunch of bags of Legos, and those were like $15. I was like, no. Well, then so we couldn't get through the entire back section where all the toys are, because there was a kid there building and playing and doing whatever with their mom or their grandma, whoever they were. So Levi and I went around through the bedding, which is right there. Ew, I don't like going through the bedding because it smells. It did not smell pleasant in some areas, but whatever. It didn't matter. We got around to the other side, and I have a bag of yarn here. I did find a nice little bag of yarn. And then I noticed there was a Lego bucket. So if you know, in stores you can buy miscellaneous, like pick-a-brick type buckets of Legos in the store for about $20, $25, right? You know what I'm talking about, the plastic ones with the plastic lid that has like a giant Lego on it. They had one of those stuffed full, taped shut. You could see through it. It was definitely Lego in there. $8.99. I didn't think twice. I just literally snatched it, put it in my cart. $9 for an entire thing of Legos. I'm going to do a whole video on that, because I'm going to have to bathe them in my bathtub, obviously, and sanitize them and soak them. So that'll be another video coming probably next week, because I'm going to have to pre-record some videos for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, potentially, Definitely Friday, Saturday, because that's my husband's birthday weekend. But anyways, yes, so we did that. And then Levi got I think it's ceramic, it might be plastic dinosaur. You color or not color, you paint it, and then you're supposed to put a light in it or something. And I found a brand new pair of jeans with the tag still on it for $8. I was like, yes, please, because this brand of jeans is from Walmart, and I do know them. I think it was Walmart. No, that might have been Target. Either way, brand new. I do know if they're from Walmart, they're about $25. If they're a Target pair of jeans, they're about $35 a pair. And I paid $8. And then I got a cute little frame that's a puzzle piece that says something like, I'm not complete without you. And it was made in Amish country in Ohio when you flip it over. So it's really good quality. I paid $2 for that. But I got some Yarny Happiness. So what did I get, you wonder? So this is a bag of Lion Brand hometown yarn, but then there's also some crochet hooks in here too. So that's where I found this to be the $5.99 price tag to be worth it. So let's open this up. I haven't opened it up. I don't know if it smells. I don't know anything about it. So I'm always leery to buy yarn at a thrift store, you know. It smells like yarn. All right, so we have a partial skein here of a partial skein of the hometown yarn here. And it looks decent. Okay. And then we also have here 2 full skeins of the hometown, or the homespun yarn. Should I say hometown? These are 185 yards each, 169 meters, 6 ounces, 170 grams, 98% acrylic and 2% other fibers. It's a bulky 5. Recommends a 6mm knitting needle and a 6.5mm crochet hook, machine wash and dryable. In the color Tudor? Help me out, friends. But look at that. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, and like I said, it doesn't smell. There's 2 full skeins. So 2 full skeins and a partial. So I'm going to take it out of the Goodwill bag and put it in my own bag. And then there was also 4 boy hooks. 2009 is what it says on the packaging there. And it looks like we have, yeah, this packaging stinks that these are in. I don't know if it's the plastic or what. I don't want to know, but it needs to come out of this packaging, and this packaging needs to go to my trash can. I can't get this one out because I can't grasp it. There it goes. Okay. I almost feel like these might have been peed on. Away from my yarn. Anyways, I'm going to wipe these down with a wipe after I'm done on here. But these are boy hooks. We have a 4.25, a 3.75, 1.3, and a 1.9. So those are itty bitties. I am definitely gonna wipe these down. Yeah, I'm definitely wiping the hooks down because they're kind of sticky too. Hard to say, but this yarn, like I said, it doesn't smell at all. But the hooks, they need some help. I need to wipe them with an antibacterial. So I'm gonna go do that because that's all I'm smelling. I'm gonna get this packaging out of here because I don't want this smelling up my room. Yeah, and looking at the back of this package, yeah, the crochet hooks I'm glad I got them out of there when I did. I salvaged them. So, okay, I'm going to go. We're at 20 minutes. Thank you if you stayed with me till the end. I appreciate you all so very much. I'll probably be back with something tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be done with that corner to corner. I'm just putting the last row of edging on and I am done. Done, done, done. So I'm going to go clean these hooks up with an antibacterial wipe, wash my hands, and then come back in here and bag these yarns in my own bags that I have behind me here. So, okay, love, hugs, and prayers to you all. Stay safe. Just know I appreciate each and every one of you so very much. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye, friends.